Hello everyone and welcome to tracc.eu GT3 Cup. Today we will be racing at Barcelona, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. As you can already see on the screen right now, we are in beautiful sunny Catalunya in the east of Spain. And we will be watching some of our best drivers participate against one another in Assetto Corsa Competizione. It is currently coming towards the end of the practice session, and there are already quite a few names battling for the P1 in the practice session, basically. Something that we have not expected, a few surprising names up there. So yeah, it will be interesting to see who can actually win this. And just because I had to prepare this on a last minute notice, give me a few seconds here and I will show you something extra. Because we already have had 2 rounds of this championship. This is the 3rd round of the TGT Cup, so we already have quite a few standings. So for that, let's take a look at, first of all, the team standings. We have Wild Things X Off-Pace Racing in the lead for the team championship right now. That is a team made up of Ben Plowman and Julian Metzner. Then we have Agaston Batza and David Veres, who make up Evis Motorsports, the Hungarian team. In second position, just 1 point behind. Then we have Dynamic Esports Academy with Alvin Wong and Mo Song, the Hong Kong-based team, followed by Phoenix Racing, powered by BUTV. I think they're supposed to be Germany, with Eric Hutter and Jan Paul, but somehow the logo isn't showing. And we have Wild Things X Technoburst Racing with Alex Curto and Omet Ohm, who look to be rather racy today in the race as well. And additionally, we have the AM standings. Currently in the lead is Zaid Zadi, followed by David Veres. Actually, both of them are battling for the lead in the championship right now. They are both on 26 points. And then 2 on 20 points as well with Ben Plowman and Jan Paul. Of course, we have quite a lot of people having the same standings here, simply because we have a drop round, and the drop round has already been included in this. And the pro class, Alvin Wong currently is leading with 26 points, ahead of Alex Curto and Julian Metzner, who are both on 20 points. Isaac Ambrus, who is on 16 points, and Song KP, who is on 13 points. Now then, after seeing all of that, there is one more thing I will want to show you, and I will quickly have to set that up. There will be a lap coming up of Barcelona in a second. Okay, never mind that the lap was not found. In any case, we currently already have the qualifying session going. So let us take a look. We currently have no time set yet. So let us take a look at who is the first one out on the track. So let us take a look. There are a few laps that have already been started. Let's find someone that's going to start the lap soon. Isaac Umbris here is going to start the lap soon, is coming out from the last chicane now, though it has already got the first lap in. So let us now go on board with Isaac Umbris in the Mercedes AMG Evo. So we're starting the lap on the start-finish straight. Isaac Umbris here setting the first of his valid laps. This is a hugely long straight where Isaac just needs to get into the braking zone for the first corner here. Try to get a good exit out of this left-hander, because you will be mostly accelerating around this long right-hander here. And it's coming into Repsol. We're braking under the overpass for this hairpin. And now there is a bump in the road where you have to brake for this next left-hander. You can cut the inside very close, go on the outside, go on the exit. A bit on the green, not too much as to not invalidate the lap. Now here on the inside, you want to cut not too much, because it might unsettle the car quite heavily. Here on the right, also don't cut too much, might unsettle the car as well. And we're coming now into La Caixa, which is this infield section, the stadium section, if you will, of Barcelona's circuit. Isaac Umbris is now turning in this hairpin. We're coming up to the last section. This is the old chicane that used to be used, the RACC chicane that we still use here in the Assetto Corsa Competizione. Oh, that was a bit wide, that might have invalidated the lap. However, Isaac Umbris looking well to improve on the lap right now. And let's see, it is an improvement into the rest of the field of the pros currently, with the one exception of Adam Katch currently being the leading GT3 in AM. Omet Ohm, however, currently has the fastest lap of the qualifying session with 1:44.027. Beautifully done by Omet Ohm for that lap. And Albert Gersh, who had originally done the lap for the track lap that has been uploaded on YouTube, is currently in P3 now. And since Song KP managed to sneak into P2 without any issue. Now that is looking strong there by the Korean driver. Omet Ohm turned around on the start-finish straight here. Let's see what happened there. Do we have a replay for that? Unfortunately, we do not. And I also just realized I have to quickly get the... Give me a second here. As we can see, Albert Gersh right now is in a yellow flag. What is happening here? Seems to be a missed, or well, it's going quite slow here on the start finish straight actually, as we see Song KP trying to improve on the lap time, just a bit down right now, just 5,000 down even on Omet Ohm's pole time. And I think I just got a bit of help. So, hello there, Adrian.
Following podcast. Well, podcast if you will.
A podcast, yeah. So yeah, since the audio was cut out there a second, yeah, the internet is not the best currently for Adrian. Well, that is truly a certified German internet moment, if I've ever seen one. So yeah, Rick Chavert now setting the 4th best time. Rick Chavert not having had the best rounds last time around, so this time very, very impressive to see him being up the pace as he is. You did a bit of practice earlier.
Yep.
Adrian, what do you think of the conditions that the drivers have to contend with right now?
So, besides the things that we can already see, the temperature being relatively high, not too high, it's typical Spanish weather that we are seeing right now, there will be 2 points which definitely will prove a challenge, and the very far right-hander, which is the 3rd corner of the track, and as well the 2nd right-hander following right on the last corner will prove quite a bit of a challenge, especially for the left tires, considering the temperature and how strong those corners are. That's a very high speed corners with a certain amount of camber, which proves even more challenging for the tires, especially if you plan to save on them. Other than that, during the previous practice sessions before the official race, we had as well an inkling of rain.
Ooh.
If it does happen, it can still happen, considering that the water is not stable. It's a dynamic one. In worst case scenario, to the dismay of many drivers on today's grid, it might shake up quite a lot if it happens.
That will be interesting to see if there are any, well, weather challenges for these drivers. Of course, currently the weather looks stable for these final 9 minutes of qualifying that we still have, as we see Adam Catch really improving, going into the middle of the pro field. This driver, of course, pre-qualified prior to the round today. This is the first time they are entering the tracc.eu GT3 Cup, and I apologize if we currently don't have the livery on. If there is one uploaded, liveries will be added soon. But yeah,
okay.
There's quite a few people going for laps right now. Song KP, for example, coming into the last sector, currently lost a bit on the exit of La Caixa. Was 2/10 up on their time, now lost quite a lot. I'm trying to make a gap here to Alex Curto up ahead, who is 2/10 up on his lap, looking to improve ahead of Agustin Butzer, and does so beautifully.
From what I gathered already while being on Evo's channel with Torture Drivers, that might be Alex's Corsa probably the hardest race so far, at least in this season. He does not feel very sure about this track. It's not up to his specialty. But nonetheless, he already managed in the previous practice session as well with the time 1:44. Like he did actually right now. If he's lucky, he might get a bit quicker. I actually have seen his setup. There were a few corners where I was able to be like on average 10 to 15 kilometers per hour quicker than with the basic setup that I had. But I guess we will see. There is certainly a certain danger to the setup that you have right now.
Oh, danger.
Danger, especially when I noticed. Apparently under the braking it can be very dangerous right now, but the curbing was apparently even more of a danger than before.
Okay, so is it like the dampers being unsettled quite easily? As we see
From
Alex
one-
Curto reset to pits just now. And oh, David Ash here coming together with, it seems, maybe that was G-Fox Foxington there. No, it was not. It was a BOTV driver for the German team. Oh well. We're on board right now with Rick Chevert, who is a 10th up on his previous time. This might put him in contention for even P3, depending on how much time can be saved in this final few corners. Very wide there on the exit, did not invalidate, however, losing a bit of time on the exit. Will it be even an improvement at this point? Not enough for an improvement for Rick Chevert. However, there is still time to be gained for the Dutch driver. So he'll definitely be looking to getting up to maybe even the podium. However, Omet Orm currently on a lap to improve on her best lap previously. 2/10 up. This might put her for the first 43 lap time of the day.
I guess this will be yet another track with a heavy challenge regarding to Audi, and especially how the car handles. From my own experience, again, I know I like to probably say it a lot, quite a bit, because like that's the only thing I know. Audi is a very floaty car. A lot of times you feel like as if you are driving on a butter, on the oil, something like that. And the car is also very easy to become suddenly unstable. It's like it flies until it isn't. It's hard to describe.
And I just realized we also have another person in. So welcome Psycho Kaiser to the VC.
Oh, hello everyone. Yeah, apologies for just getting back home late. Let's just say Malaysian weather just had to make a fuss out of everything today. So yeah, I came back drenched. So apologies if you could hear some fan noise in the background, because
Dry yourself.
Myself up a bit.
Dry yourself. You deserve drying yourself. Don't worry. Sasha Dekhov right now we see, who has only recently joined the tracc.eu grid overall per se. Sasha Dekhov is looking to improve right now, 2/10 up on his time, looking to get on top with maybe Agustin Batza, maybe even challenging Alex Curto for the lap time right now. Let's see what he can do next. Oh, that was too wide. That was invalidated, unfortunately.
Oh, that was very close quarters from Deshkov there. But yeah, he definitely has another lap to go for his lap. But as we could see, Alex Torres going around in the corner. And of course, we have Agustin Bata, P7 overall. Currently not making much of an improvement. I don't have the Delta with me right now, but is he making an improvement?
Yes, would make an improvement, but unfortunately invalidated there as we switched to him on the exit, so you can probably count it as the first commentator's curse of the day.
Oh, right. But I was gonna ask, like, what's happened with the entire grid. There's been quite a shake-up going around, as we see some pro drivers actually qualifying a bit further down the grid than they would have liked. I believe like Alex Curto being one of them, currently in 6th overall. Usually would be 2nd by today's standards, but at the moment he is currently not looking too well in this qualifying session. So he definitely needs to make quite a huge improvement before anything, actually, if he wants to put up a challenge to the current provisional pole sitter, Omet Om.
Yeah, Alex is looking to improve right now on this lap, currently 2/10 up on his previous best time. However, not feeling the circuits, not with the car, not today. So
Flag?
having a bit of an issue with the combination that we're having today. But let's see.
But yeah,
he's definitely a fighter. Sorry?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, do you think the track conditions had anything to do with the current shakeup of the grid?
That might very well be. We have a very hot
Ooh.
circuit when it comes to the average of what we're usually doing at tracc.eu, as Alex Curto has now invalidated his lap, unfortunately, in the meanwhile. Gary Slater, who is a bit further down the grid right now, is looking to make huge improvements this lap, however. Currently 7/10 up on his previous time. Let's see what he can still shave off in this last sector. Coming through. Oh, taking a bit too much of the curb there. Yeah, that lost him a bit of time.
Losing a lot of time.
I always dislike this sector. Like, it's easy, but it's easy, you know what to do, like perfectly. Like, timing can be perfect, but you still mess it up because something. This is at least my experience with that corner specifically. Like, it really is deceptive. You have perfect line, and it's not enough. At the
Yeah, I would say as
a,
I was gonna say as a sector, like it's a very challenging corner to drive.
Alright, seems like Nabel gained few positions up from the last time. You probably have seen him.
Nabel is currently also looking to improve 1.5 tenths up on his previous best time, trying to edge closer here to David S, who is currently qualified in 11th position. By the way, since I now have a Polish person with me in the booth, how do you pronounce his name?
Let me see again what name it was. I cannot see him on the...
I currently have him in the Discord.
Did he left?
No.
Ah.
Just look at the Discord stream.
The thing is, I never really heard of that. Yeah, I never heard of that name before. Like, if you were to pronounce it how it is written, it's just Ash.
Ash, okay. Like the tree in German. As Alex Curto is... Alex Curto is currently about 8 tenths up on his time. This is looking to put a position, maybe challenging for the pole even. Getting very close at least. And it is 1 tenth behind for Alex Curto in second position, just in time before the end.
Isn't that the second car that just broke the 44 barrier? I think it is.
It was a 43.8. It was the second car beating the 44 barrier. That is correct. So currently we have 2 cars that have beaten that one barrier. And it seems like we have a few more laps, but no one looks to be improving right now. So we will quickly be restarting in order to get deliveries. So yeah, what are your thoughts right now on how this race might go after all we've seen so far?
Will it be a challenge? Alex have a chance for another podium finish, assuming that he keeps up his pace from his lap qualification up. Ahmed will be doing 2 fights, one with the track and other people, and us with the car itself. Seong will have quite a challenge considering the torque of the Ford that he uses. And Albert Georgi will have another very interesting fight, similar like Ahmed, not only with other people, but with his own car itself. Honda, which I believe in few characteristics is very similar to how Audi handles. So all 4 people will be having quite a bit of a battle ahead of themselves. When it comes to other people, I suspect Agoston Bata to be having quite a very nice time, considering that he's driving a Porsche. Shooks in a P5 will be having quite a fun with curbing, or more precisely, the fact that there will be no curb for him. You just gotta love Mercedes characteristics. And the rest of the grid, we'll see. Very surprisingly, not many BMWs. In fact, there's only one on the grid right now, owned by Scott Brewer, something from P13. But no.
All right.
10 seconds.
Oh. All right. It seems like. Oh no. Okay. It seems like the. Oh. Something is going on here. Oh, now we're here. Now we're back.
That's fine.
Now we're back. Okay. Sorry for that. But yeah, let's quickly go through the results of the qualifying session. We have Omet Orm qualifying in P1, followed by Alex Curto, Song KP, Albert George, Marcel Sutz. Actually, can I get a better camera? Oh, there we go. Albert George, Marcel Sutz, Rick Chever, Tim Smith, Agaston Bata, Adam Catch, Sasha Deshkov, David Esch, Nabil Nasran, Scott Brewer, Isaac Ambros, David Veresh, Jan Paul, Tina Curtis, Said Zadi, Edgar Herrera, Cosmo Marsh, Alex Leatherus, Chan Cholo, Gedimina Slatkus, Gary Slater, Darren Montes, Zero Alexander, Joshua Harper, G. Fox Foxington, and Francesco Carli. That is the 29 drivers that are going to participate in the race today. And it's going to be interesting to see because we have some drivers like Tim Smith and Adam Catch who are starting right in the front of the...
The last race in Indianapolis for Tim Smith was pretty unlucky. I suspect the weather was having a very big role in it, but today, with a very, very dry track, I guess we will see his dry pace, what his skills are on a dry asphalt.
You'll have to see. Tim Smith, having had a bit of troubles in the last two races, always rather quick in a single lap, however not able to bring it across the line in the end. What will also be interesting is Omet Orm, how she will handle the pressure. I know in advance, she said, for example, that if Alex Curto just challenged her, she would not be able to keep the same pace throughout the race as she did in qualifying. So we will have to see what happens here. There are all of the cars currently lining up into double file, looking to...
There is actually third challenge that Omet will have during the race. So not only the car handles very much on the slope, but it's very drifty at the same time. So the rear tire will be very noticeable.
As we're going where the green lights are gone, and Omet Orm seems to have gotten a much better start than Alex Curto. Alex Curto immediately getting challenged by a lot of GT3s behind. We are three wide in the background. There's quite a lot of battles going on. Let's see.
Very wide fence.
Oh, that was a Ferrari that went in too deep. A bit of touching going on, however, nothing too big out of the ordinary happening here.
Yes.
There is a car off track in the back. This G-Fox Foxington. However, the rest of the grid have made it through quite safely. Omet Orm is still in the lead.
Quite a bit of distance already made up between Alex and what turns out to be Sion. Let's see if they will keep up that advantage of the distance that they already made up. It not be easy because the following next few corners are straights. Meanwhile, on the rear, we see Zero Alexander have a contact with Albert. That's not Albert.
It's Gary Slater. Oh, that is Said Sadi.
is not
That is
driving
Said
anything.
Sadi. That is Said Sadi. Our championship leader in the AMS has been taken out by that incident and is now almost dead last. Only Zero Alexander still behind that.
Meanwhile, at the front, we see a bit of a distance between Seong and Kurto being down, and then we see a few cars going quite a bit wide after her. It's like something a bit bigger than usually. Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Okay, by touch.
Oh, that was Marcel Seuss being turned around there.
That's a very close call there.
Sasha Dechkov also losing quite a lot of positions now, down into P26. Marcel Seuss down into P25. They're almost behind the entire AM grid, and
Chum.
there's still more going on.
That was
Cham
Chum.
with the yellow flag.
That's a lot of contact already for one lap.
Oh boy, it seems that the first few corners had not much going on. However, well, the rest of the first lap made up for everything that we were potentially lacking.
We just saw Bentley itself being test slipstream for the McLaren that used all of the advantage.
Oh, that is a wide advantage here, but both of them
But it
managed to
worked.
overtake the Bentley here. The Vantage as well as Marcel Seuss in the...
But Albert is striking back. We see that Bentley was striking back. Meanwhile, we see Sasha Dechkov's pun the second corner. That's very unlucky. Okay, seems like the Mercedes managed to defend the position from the Bentley.
Oh, but there's
That's
Kali
right.
going wide.
They are fighting. Chancellor took a chance, Gilbert too. Oh, side by side. And Marek's still winning it. But let's see. Two powerhouses, one in acceleration out the corner, another with curbing. Let's see if the V8 of Merck will be able to stop the Bentley in his tracks.
We'll go further up ahead to the field. Agaston Batza is currently in an AM sandwich. Tim Smith in front. Adam Catch in the rear. Trying to get past Tim Smith, however. Beautiful acceleration for the Brit out of that last corner there. Tina Curtis as well trying to get ahead of Scott Brewer, who is in the AM class this season. Tina Curtis in the V12 using all of the power.
Yeah, beautiful. There it goes. Nice parking. Almost parking on the inside. Getting the battle line. Wonderful then.
Beautiful. The V12 is now in front of the BMW. And if we go even further to the front, it seems that we have a two-horse battle developing here, as both Omet Ohm and Alex Curto are close to one another, but having gapped Seong KP already by a second. Who, fun fact, has the purple lap right now?
It seems like it's right now interesting is Young, with his lap being 144.5. Perfect 5. But
Nabil Nasran also looking to get past Scott Brewer, looking to catch up to Tina Curtis perhaps and battling for that position. But will Scott Brewer allow that easily, or will he have to fight for it? I mean, we know the answer. We know Scott Brewer. He will not give up any position easily.
It is now open.
As the pit window is now open, that means everyone who has received damage in the beginning can now go into the pits for the mandatory pit stop already. Said Sadi unfortunately still quite a lot down. Nabil Nasran very close on the rear of that BMW right now.
I know that Ferrari, especially the 296 on this track, is among the most heavy BO-pipped cars on the grid. I'm not sure why. I tried 926 only once or twice. I think that's something that actively races with those cars that will be able to answer. Somebody along the lines of Alex, I suppose.
We see here Cosmo Marsh being very close to Gary Slater. This is a battle for position, battle for P. I think 7 in class of AM. Cosmo Marsh not being able to get the overtake done on the outside there. as we see the first pits already coming in. Marcel Sutz is the first one of the pitters, and look at that Mercedes. Yeah, that is reasonable to pit at this point. As Cosmo Marsh is still trying to overtake Gary Slater. They were side by side there for a second. Well behind with Gedimina Slatkus catching up to Jam Cholo. And of course we also have Isaac Ambres, who unfortunately was included in the kerfuffle at the beginning. Battling it out right now is Scott Brewer, overtaking him right there. But let's see how the BMW can handle that. Abdel Nasran also has made a
advantage
pass.
of BMW.
A straight line might be an advantage to the BMW, as the strength of the Mercedes, the damaged Mercedes front that we just saw, by the way, is out of acceleration. It has a huge amount of torque that it can use to its advantage. However, Isaac Umbers overtaking Scott Brewer brought David Veres back into the battle here. Really on the tails of Scott Brewer, trying to go for an outside line here into this chicane, not able to get it side by side enough. You see Adam Catch here trying to overtake Agaston Butter.
The slipstream deep did help, but seems like the slipstream only helped. It worked. It actually worked. I wasn't sure it's gonna work, but it did. Nicely done.
Nicely done indeed. If we go further up ahead, it looks like Omet Omaz eking out an advantage on Alex Curto, but Song KP is catching.
We are in here kind of a fight of 4 cars. It's 2 ones which main advantage is the power itself, and then 2 ones which is advantage is the cornering itself. Avoiding that curb, a part of the Seong derby, so a bit in the front. There's only few curbing that you want to use on this track, and the ones here are the ones that are among the safest. Guston Better, we see pushing again.
Yeah, you got overtaken by Adam Catch off screen, so now he has to try and overtake back, going to the outside here for this next corner. Can he stick it around the outside of the AM driver? And right behind them is Tina Curtis. They will not want Tina Curtis to be right behind them on the straight with that V12 engine.
Not just engine, aero. It's like on the V12 it's non-existent, so if you pair it up with the power, you can already see it. You can already see it. It's already there. Look at it.
Oh my god, that is...
Tina barely got out of the corner and she was already overtaking the fellow Porsche. It's only a matter of time that Tina Curtis keeps the position and then gets another straight to get a shot at the fur in front of her.
This is currently the battle for P6 in progress, yeah.
We saw a bit of cornering that V12 does not have. I guess Moza caught up quite a lot, but right after there are those straights.
You're of course an experienced V12 driver.
Experience maybe not, but I just spent a lot of time with it.
That means you have experience, yes.
But that doesn't mean I'm quick with it.
I did not say you're a professional V12 driver. I just said you had experience.
But it's always fun when you're driving V12. You check in your rear mirror and all you see is the car getting smaller.
Yeah, as Agaston Butter had a horrible line there, but now it's on Tina Curtis on the straight to try and overtake. Going to the outside, maybe the switchback here into La Caixa.
Possibly. That is a chance, yes. That is possible.
On the side by side. She's on the outside though.
Another short straight. Will be the dive? No, that's not
the problem is, however, if you're trying to go for an outside overtake, that was very deep by Adam Catch, which will make the exit for Tina Curtis so much stronger. Oh, it almost feels like there's nothing he can do now against the V12 power.
The only thing he could right now do is to push further right to make sure that Tina have as hard time as possible for cornering by increasing the angle that he would have had to use.
No
Which is
way.
something that he did not do, and he paid dearly with it by losing under position to Agos and Butter.
Exactly, Agaston Batsa took the opportunity immediately as well. Well, as you should do. You're driving against an AM driver here. You have to be in front of him. See a bit further behind David Veres is still right on the back. Oh, it seems like Adam Katz just re-overtook. Let's see what move that was. Oh, it's just a slide for Agaston Batsa, losing it.
I believe the Boxster engine a bit much torque for this one.
Maybe, but he's now side by side. Oh, trying to go for the cutback here against Nabil Nazran. But losing out a bit. Losing out to Isaac Umbris even, almost. No, not to Isaac Umbris. There's another Mercedes there in the middle. Is that... That is the back marker of Marcel Suits, who has already done his mandatory pit stop. But he is now a lap behind in this battle of fighting GT3s. Not the best way to come out of the pits, I guess. Best position. As Nabil Nasran has now lost quite a lot of ground to Adam Katz ahead, who seems to be losing ground to the V12 as well. And there's a yellow flag for Alex Leathers. Let's see. Unfortunately, we did not get that. Exactly. Alex Leathers, however, stationary here for quite a while on the side of the road before rejoining.
But it doesn't seem like he got any damage, so we can assume it was a spin potentially.
And we have a drive-through already, the first drive-through of the day for Said Sadi. There's going to be... that's going to hurt, especially considering going into the... Well, going through a drive-through here is very long. Right up ahead we have G-Fox Foxington, who is also pitting, it seems. Zero Alexander is also in the pits. Those are all people that were involved in very early incidents. As we see Darren Montes now battling with Kali for this position, 19th position overall on the grid. And there's Deshkov right behind them. And there's a huge yellow. What is happening here? Let's take a look at Cham Cholo.
The car's in front. There was a dive, a touch. Ouch.
So that was Alex Leathers and Chanchullo coming there together after Leathers had an incident with another car.
Now you can see quite a lot of damage similar to what happened before for the Marcel shoot.
Cosmo Marsh is trying to get a position on Jan Paul right now. Gonna be hard to catch the 296 on a straight. Cosmo will be trying. There's a bit of slipstream as they're a half a second only apart. And the Porsche is really good at cornering. It just matters that you have to take the correct lines, per se. To take the correct lines for the Porsche is going to be incredibly quick, especially through the technical sections, as Cosmo Marsh is already catching up quite heavily here. And Francesco Cali is getting overtaken by Gedimina Slatkus.
It was quite a move.
And it seems like Alex Leathers is coming to a stop here on the exit of the pits. Maybe too much damage now to continue with the race. Has to go back into the pits. Adam Catch, in the meanwhile, has caught up. He has catched Tina Curtis.
Unfortunately, we are getting again to the straight section of the track.
Oh, we got the news that Alex Leatherer's wheel unfortunately disconnected, causing him to have to stop. So, but at this point, what can the V12 do to comfortably stay ahead of the Ferrari 296, especially considering there are so many corners to go through?
Line, the most of all line. In a V12 organized race, you don't have much ways at the end because you can't maneuver as swiftly as many other modern cars. So the best thing you can do is to block every entry to the race, at least as much of them as possible, so that you do not allow other person to overtake you. And then you simply move for wait for the straights in order to gain some more advantage.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see whether Tina Curtis can do that. Can stay ahead of Adam Catch. It seems that right now, the Ferrari of this Polish Ferrari is able to catch up. However, not close enough to go for any move whatsoever. And then Tina Curtis ekes out the advantage once again on the long straights here.
Oh, but a very good braking of the Ferrari, but quite a lot more. No, the line matters again. Ferrari could accelerate quicker, but Aston Martin could accelerate more out of the corner. And the same play happens yet again. Another long straight. V12 goes back, and Ferrari will catch up while braking. Meanwhile, we see that at the front, the fight brews just as much as ever, really.
Yeah, but it's just the two ahead have now gotten a comfortable advantage ahead of Song KP. So the two are really looking to dominate this race. It might even come down to pit strategy at this point. But then again, Alex Curto will just be looking at the lines that Omet is taking. Will be looking at every potential mistake he can find and try to make his opportunity for some time later in the race. Whereas Omet just has to do the best she can right now to stay ahead and to not do any such as egregious mistake as possible. So yeah, she doesn't simply get overtaken there. And this is now quite a good advantage for her on the straight. 9/10 ahead of the advantage. I don't think slipstream is in effect anymore at this distance.
But the braking does. I don't know how good braking of Audi is, but apparently Aston Martin have some of the better brakes out there.
Well, it looks like the distance is quite the same here. Now after this first few corners. This is an extremely high-level battle between the two right now. Even though Omet Orm, in the meantime, has managed to do the best lap of the race, the official best lap is currently a 1:43.965 for Omet Orm. And considering before the race she has been quite vocal about her race pace being in the 45s. This might even come to as a surprise to herself.
Practice, the weather was a bit different. Generally, apparently, the higher the temperature, the higher the time is. But I'm not sure how much exactly, or maybe it's even doing the reverse of it. Bit of catching up again.
In the meantime, Isaac Umbris is getting challenged still by Scott Brewer. He cannot get away, Isaac Umbris, but he is catching Agaston Butler slowly but surely.
Gonna be that the sleep sim of Isaac is so useful for Scott Brewer right now. And so they are both essentially catching up right now.
I mean, look at that snout behind.
Alta grip
How,
is there.
how big is the hole that the Mercedes can cut into the air versus how big a hole does the BMW need with that snout?
I don't know, but it seems like it's catching up.
Yeah, definitely.
The gap right now that Scott Brewer managed to get from the first. It was much smaller to corners before.
Bill Nastron has caught up to Adam Katz right now.
Yet another of those very risky situations because it's not a fight for position. And just as when we went away, Scott Brewer lost. Was it?
Oh, just spun out
ouch.
completely on his own on acceleration. Hit the wall, and that's probably going to mean he's going to come into the pits quite soon, as we see Cosmo Marsh now leaving the pits for the mandatory pit stop. There are quite a few people who have actually already done it. Out of the ones that have done it, it seems that Marcel Sutz is the leader of the pros, but then again, he was involved in quite a huge incident in the beginning. Cosmo Marsh is now also ahead. Still, also having done the pits already, so not the best scenario for Marcel Seuss and Sasha Deshkov to make up points. However, since a huge chunk of the pro grid is not attending today, it seems that there will be points on the table for just finishing anyways in the pro class. Alex Kurter, in the meanwhile, will not be content with just finishing. He will want this win.
Now it's a very dangerous. Now it's the straight, and this is where the advantage will now start to shine. He's too close for Omen's comfort right now.
Oh, and look at that exit here in La Caixa. Beautifully executed line by Alex Kurter. Edging ever closer.
Unfortunately for Alex, now is the very quick left-right section where Ahmed might gain a bit of a time, depending on her exit. Yep. That was a quite good jump from the corners. And we are back to the very bad situation right now, where neither of the two is really able to gain any advantage.
Oh, but look at this beautiful line here.
It seemed a bit of avoidance of the curbing by Ahmed right now. This is what probably lost her so much time right now.
That could be the case. She's taking quite safe lines right now, trying to not upset the car too much, but that helps Alex Kurto. Of course, front engine car, front engine Aston Martin. It is going to take curbs a bit easier than the mid-engined Audi LMS. Alright.
I mean, technically it is LMS. From what I know, the general consensus is that the first racing R8 was the R8 LMS. And then from it developed into what we know today as the GT3.
Yeah, it is officially called the Audi R8 LMS GT3. So, yeah.
I don't think the first one was called GT3 though. It was just LMS.
Yeah, but the current ones are like that.
Yeah. Nastran trying to get some more space from Agoston Bata. Slight advantage on this corner. What was a lot of time being gained right now, probably with a very high chance for a overtake into the corner. Doesn't seem like Agoston is about to risk it though.
Right behind Marcel Seuss is just luring, just waiting for perhaps an opportunity to move past his teammate while being a lap down. But he will not interfere with this battle. As we see Alex Curtin now very close to Ometom.
Aggressive runs, close to the curbing, far to the outside.
We saw Albert George there, the first of the front runners to go into the pits. David Esch also now out of the pits. This is now going to be the normal pit cycle for most of these drivers. Of course, we have a 1 hour race happening here today with one mandatory pit stop in the middle. So the optimum time to pit is definitely at the 50% mark in order to get the lowest overall, lowest average weight of fuel in the car, but as well to get the best performance out of the tires.
Oh, I think I saw very slight drift, or it was just a camera work that made it look like this.
Well, they're definitely pushing it, so I wouldn't question that there are at least slight drifts happening. But Alex Curtin now very close on the beginning of the straight. Let's see how much he can make up in the slipstream. Not much, but also ducked out of it a bit. As Song KP is now in the pits.
The fight with Agoston Butter and Double Nasra still Bruce in. It's looking for that inside, but it's a bit too far for trying an actual dive movement.
Yeah, absolutely a bit too far away there for Agoston Butter. As we also see David Veresh going into the pits now.
Oh, that was a probably slight lapse in concentration there, going very far wide.
Might be the case, as further down with Jan Paul now going into the pits as well. Most of the people... Well, let's see actually. The optimum lap to pit would be right now for these two drivers. Let's see what they will be doing. Oh, Metron going a bit slidey here. Let's see if they're going to get... Oh, both of them are diving into the pits.
They are! They will continue the fight for the next half an hour. Oh, what was that?
Alex Kershaw almost rear-ending Omet Ohm there on the entrance into the pits. Let's take a look. Omet Ohm just slowing down very early there.
Oh, there was one. I think there really was a contact.
Might have been.
I'm not sure how much.
But that now means that Rick Chevert is in the lead right now, in the provisional lead after the pits have come. And Tim Smith is in second position overall, the AM driver in second position overall. And another AM driver, Vadim Catch, actually in the next position, as Tina Curtis is in the pits. Nabil Nazar is in the pits, Agustin Patras in the pits, Isaac Umbris. This is a huge amount of people that are in the pits right now, as Gary Slater and Albert Judge Multiplayer, server list. And we are back, everyone. Wow. So, whoops, that was, yeah.
Decided to crash out while the server is running.
Yeah, it seems
So,
that way.
So the situation as of right now seems like that Tim Smith is doing his own pit stop while Seong is right behind him. Then Omet is right in front of Alex. So that thing didn't change.
Wait, what happened here? How is Seong ahead of Omet Om?
Huh. Actually,
This is horrible! It seems that our software gave up in the most crucial point as Song is now the leader of the race. Song KP is currently, and there's even after the pits, the leader of the race. 2 seconds ahead of Omet Om, who in turn is 4.5 seconds ahead of Alex Curto.
I'm trying to see right now on my own replays if I can find it. Seems like Sion overtook Omet right at the end of the pit stop. If I'm seeing correctly. Yes.
Oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, this will be now the race for Song. If he can keep this for the next 25 minutes, he is currently ahead of Omet Om, and it will be hard to overtake. Further behind we have David Esch, who has been able to undercut David Verish and Adam Katch, the two AM drivers. And Nabil Nasrin is now in the pits for the mandatory pit stop.
I think he just finished the pit stop, in fact.
Exactly, just coming out of the pits for that. That means the only person left that has not yet finished it seems to be Gedimina Slatkos. Yeah, because even if we look down, oh, and we see Joshua Harper, unfortunately, having picked up a stop-go 30 penalty. But yeah, let's see, this battle for, well, after the pits, I would presume P2 in class for the M's between Adam Katch and David Verish. Oh, Adam Katch caught it! Almost spinning out there in the entrance of Lakaisha. Managed to not make the move stick, but managed to keep it in the white lines there. Beautifully done. Interestingly, Omet Om still has the purple lap. But when you look at the recent laps, the pace between Song KP, Omet Om and Alex Curto is pretty similar. All of them are in the low 44s. Alex Curto previously had the best out of the 3 laps, a 44.0 compared to Omet Om's 44.2 compared to Song KP's 44.3. Adam Catch is now back up to speed with David Veres. And Marcel Suss farther behind is trying to overtake Jan Paul next.
So, seems like we have only one more driver that have to do pit stop yet. Zlatkus. But I swear I saw him be in the pit lane. Did he do that possible drive-through?
Maybe had a drive-through earlier, but now going for the mandatory pits after having had a few leading laps for the M class. Well done for Zlatkus for being in that position. But now Tim Smith has taken back the AM lead for now. Oh, and there's the overtake trying to come. Augustin Batza is right behind this battle, looking at David Veres and Adam Koch. However, Adam Koch still up ahead. Augustin Batza is also the same lap as the two, but is a pro class driver, so he will try to make it up into up in front of them as well as Adam Koch now. Moving past the Mercedes. And just to clarify for the viewers here, we also don't know how Song KP managed to get into P1 position. Must have been an undercut, better pits, something like that. We saw, oh, and there's a coming together between Jan Paul and Song KP. No, that's Joshua Harper, not Jan Paul. That's Joshua Harper. Bringing Song KP from first into third position. Not even in the same class. Not even on the same lap. That the stewards will not like to see that.
So I guess in a few more minutes we'll be back to the limbo from the first half of the race with Omet and Alex Kurto trying to fight it out between themselves. I guess since Alex has right now some free air, he will probably catch up. Assuming that his consistency is the better one of the two.
Aaron Montes, one of the two Bentleys on the grid, is trying to catch Gary Slater, 296 driver. As both of them are right behind Gediminas Zlatkus after he has done his pit stop. And right behind them is the now race leader, the newly elected race leader, retaking the lead, Omet Orm. So they are going to be blue flagged now, but they are in a battle themselves. However, Omet wants to get past as quickly as possible in order to not have to fight with Alex Curto. It's going to have to happen here on the next straight, as Darren Montes is losing a bit of time here. Let's see how Omet Orm can get past.
Alex gained 3 tenths over but there is a train of cars ahead.
Yeah, the Bentley moved out of the way here. The next car is Gary Slater. Let's see how he deals with this lapping situation. Goes to the outside of this long right-hander. Lets Omet past quite simply. The next car will be Gediminas Zlatkus. But first Omet will have to catch up to him. Let us see how he will deal with this blue flag situation. As of course, Alex Curto is now coming as well. Quite simply done there. However, Gediminas Zlatkus losing a bit of time here. And that means Gary Slater and Darren Montes are right on his tail once again.
Since the last checkpoint, Alex gained another 1/10. But now we are heading to another checkpoint place. That was quite a bit of traffic, but now you're getting the harder zone, the harder part of the track where the overtaking the traffic will be even so harder.
Oh, and the cars are concertinaing together. Alex Curto will not like this. This is a bad position to have caught up to this trio that is battling. It's now on Darren Montes to see what he can do. Alex Curto is flashing the trio. Darren Montes going wide there, letting off the gas, letting Alex Curto pass. And this is also an opportunity for all of the GT3 drivers. Oh, there was a nicely done by Gary Slater there, not almost losing no time, letting Alex Curto pass. Now it's just about how Zlatkos will handle this situation. Last time around he didn't find the best spot for himself. Let's see now if he's going to the outside now. Oh, Gary Slater is losing quite a lot of time to this, it seems. Zlatkos moving to the inside, braking. And Slater and Montes are back in the game. However, now a bigger distance than we saw previously.
What is it? Younger Tourer? It is.
Oh, it seems like it was just a bit of a timing issue as we see Agustin Bata on the rear of David Veres. Both of them are drivers for Ivis Motorsports. Both of them Hungarian. But maybe Agustin Bata is waiting for his opportunity. I mean, this is a battle for P2 in the M class going on right ahead in front of him. Maybe he doesn't want to interfere too much in that.
Possibly. But then if he is pro and he will be faster than Catch, then in theory he could have a way of helping his teammate in hopes that the other racer would let him through, since it's not a fight for a position in class.
It's just a yellow flag for Jan Paul. Let's see what happened here. Just losing it on the entry into that corner. Keeping it out of the wall though, so fortunately it does not look like there was any damage inflicted on the Ferrari. Listen to that Porsche.
No.
Indeed.
No.
Oh, Germina Zlatkos' turn around. What happened here? Germina Zlatkos, you see how well he was doing ahead of everyone else. It's a bit too much of the inside curb here. I said it in the beginning. You cannot take much of that inside curb. It will really upset your car, as it did here, and that means Gary Slater, Darren Montes and Nabil Nasran are all ahead of that. Zlatkos losing a bunch of positions there through that. Oh, everyone going very slow there. Was there perhaps another incident here? There's a battle going up ahead of Zlatkos in another lap. And, oh, look at that. That was... I think that was Joshua Harper getting in the mix of something again. Joshua Harper currently in last position. Still trying to make it to the end of the race. David Veres, meanwhile, taking loads of the inside curb there. You can see the Merc jump. Is it a nice feeling to have your car jump over such a sausage curb?
It always is.
Always is.
You know, there exists this Rally GT cars where you have like the V12 advantage or the V8 advantage driving as Porsches on the rally circuits. I wonder how very similar these cars are to the GT3s, or if there is anything similar to them in the first place.
I wonder, yeah.
Or maybe one day, maybe we'll do some inside Rally GT season. Oh,
In the meantime, it seems that David Veresh has given up the position to Agustin Butler. Maybe looking to get his teammate to take the position from Adam Katch first, and then following through with it. As Adam Katch is catching up to Cham Cholo there, who is a lap behind.
but
Coming together with G-Fox Foxington there. And of course the front marker. Oh,
that's very little space on move.
very little space for everyone involved there. Everyone losing a bit of time. Agustin Butler, however, able to catch up a bit to Adam Katch. Maybe this is the distance that he needed. Now go for an overtake as David Veresh was turned around there for a second. Well, let's take a look what happened. Oh, please don't say it was coming together with Cham Cholo. Oh no, just too much of the inside curb here, which unsettled the suspension and turned the Mercedes around. In the meantime, Edgar Herrera is catching up to Scott Brewer. And Gary Slater is attacking Nabil Nazran, with Jan Paul and Darren Montes behind, and the front marker of Albert Jersch, currently in P4 overall, trying to find his way past this battle.
And now we are actually entering the last 10 minutes of the race.
We
And
are already in the
cool.
last 10 minutes, yeah.
Alex Kurta is again not aware of Omet, and seems like that the last 10 minutes will be very hard for both of them.
And maybe there was a bit of situational rain. By situational, I mean only for Alex Curto, since his windscreen wiper is turned on.
This is called active frontal aero. You're wiping the air from the front of a car, you know?
Fair enough. Let's see.
This is a
Yeah,
very unique tactic developed by DJ Overdrive.
Omet's Ohm can even see this in the rearview mirror. This is a distraction tactic as well. Edgar Herrera also on the rear still of Scott Brewer, and both of the Bentleys currently entrenched in battles as Darren Montes is trying to get past Jan Paul here. Oh, Jan Paul, a bit of an error coming into this corner. Is this the opportunity for Darren Montes? The line is better. Maybe he can come around on the switchback. Jan Paul going for the inside line. Darren Montes is on the outside line. Oh, but the switchback is happening. But it was just a ruse. But it worked. Jan Paul outbraked himself due to the aggressive move there by Darren Montes, and Darren Montes making the position up. Beautiful move by the Bentley driver. Now it's just Edgar Herrera being entrenched in another battle. So let's see. It's Bentley versus BMW. And it is also Aston Martin versus Audi R8.
This is a very scary distance for Omet right now. They were almost side by side.
Oh yeah, Alex Curto going very aggressive.
He's really trying to force it out right now.
Would you look at that? All the lines they are taking, they are both again horribly aggressive in this. Both of them will not want to concede this potential win. The active arrow is still on. The active arrow is still on, but this is also a battle of who can keep it consistent. And we know the Audi is not a car that looks the most kindly upon many situations of driving, to be quite perfectly honest.
But it seems to be paying off today, especially it's a harder, more corner heavy sections of the track are really doing a lot of heavy work for that.
But they are both coming up to another back marker up in front. They will have to navigate that situation as well. Oh, but look at how much time Alex Curto is always gaining in this first sector, and how sideways Omet Ohm has to be going. Oh,
Terrar tires are giving up. Bumper to bumper, just very close.
Well, he goes to the outside. Can he stick it around? No. But he will try.
Another attempt.
Whoa.
He is really trying to force it out.
Very
He already
aggressive,
saw.
yeah.
He already saw that Omet's rear tires are dying right now. They're screaming for peace.
I mean,
but there is 5 more minutes.
Exactly, there's 5 more minutes, so there will be around 3 more laps for both of them. 3? Yeah, 3, I guess. 1 minute 45.
Could probably count 4 more depending on where they finish.
1 minute 45, 1.5, 4, 5, yeah, 3 more laps.
Pit window is closing now.
With the pit window now closed, everyone has done the mandatory pits. We currently have 2 battles on track. Of course, this battle for the lead here, and Edgar Herrera in the Bentley, trying to overtake Scott Brewer in the BMW for P4 in the AM class. As Alex Curto, I think this is the closest he has ever been on the exit of the last corner. Look at how close they are. Omet Ohm going for the middle line here. Alex Curto going to the inside. This is going to... Oh, and the back marker is making it out of the way. I think that is Marcel Seuss as Alex Curto is now on the inside. Who breaks later? It is the Audi. The Audi keeps it in front. Alex Curto, however, always has a good line through here. Good acceleration. He has managed to catch up, but not catch Omet. Oh, sideways there again by the Audi, but not enough for Alex Curto to overtake at this situation. I think my heart rate just doubled commentating that.
I suspect you'll have a chance for it again right in the following longer straight.
Oh, that would be a challenge. We'll have to see whether that would be possible. It's all depends on the exit from this next corner. Can Omet Ohm keep it steady? It looks rather steady. Both of them go wide onto the green, but still legal. It's not close enough for Alex Curto right now to go for a move. But he will want to set it up once again for the softening straight. No, maybe it doesn't even have to go that far. Omet Ohm almost spinning there in the middle of Lakaisha. Look at how sideways she is each and every time. Both of them are losing quite a lot of time to Song KP as well, who has caught up by 3 seconds in the last 1.5 laps to this duo that is battling to the, well, death almost.
Alex helped there a lot with his presence there, unwillingly, but he really saved. Oh, I see the friendly left-right movement by Omet.
This time Omet goes to the inside to defend. Alex Curto is on the outside.
Oh,
they touch a
contact.
bit. And that throws Alex Curto off and not able to capitalize on this situation right now.
They are taking the Grand Touring quite literally right now.
Oh
That's
yeah,
the contact racing right there.
yeah, they are focusing on the touring part of Grand Touring.
And I think they're going at it again. They're going like yet another attempt at it. A bit further right though.
Definitely they will go at it again. Well, look at this. Not close enough for anything to work right now. Song KP is catching up to this duo, however. Now Song is in the slipstream of Marcel Suss. Now has to get past that. And if the two ahead continue battling like they are, they will have one more lap after this. This is the penultimate lap now. It is confirmed. And this next lap will be the last lap. I don't think it will be enough for Song KP to catch up to this battle, to potentially retake his hard-earned P1 earlier, which unfortunately he lost due to an incident. However, Alex Curto... What?
Somebody lost right in front.
Yeah. Someone is going slow right in front of them. Well, it seems that they have rejoined the circuit. Who is that? I think there was an orange car, partly orange car. Where's McLaren? Yeah, there is a McLaren up ahead. Is that... That's not Davidesh. It's Francesco Carli. Currently in P26. Going very far, very wide to avoid any incident with these front markers here. They're still battling. And just a quick update for all of the Bentley fans. Unfortunately, Edgar Herrera has lost a bit of ground to Scott Brewer. However, there's another battle currently going on between Agustin Batza and Davidesh. And it seems like the two are very close to one another right now. It seems like there have been an issue with Davidesh coming into La Caixa. Oh, look at how close they are. How close do you want it? Any closer than this? It's not possible. Well, we've already seen another duo battling like this. And it's now, the time is over. This is the last lap. These are the last few corners, the last few opportunities for Alex Curto to make a move.
I wanted to bend it.
No, he just wanted
He really wanted.
He just wanted to upset Omet on potentially there, as there's a yellow flag further down the grid involving Scott Brewer and Edgar Herrera.
Oh, no.
Maybe we can look at it later. However, right now we see Alex Curto still on the rear. Oh, Matt going very wide there. There's a stop-go penalty.
Both of them!
Stop-go penalty for Scott Brewer and Edgar Herrera. What is happening?
Both of them.
So we have Alex Curto not able to capitalize. No!
Wait, what? What? Team Mariner, I call it.
And Song KP with the drive-through on the last corner.
What? No, no, why so much? At the end.
David S lost the position to Agustin Batza. The two are still battling here. This is 4P8 in Pro class between David S and Agustin Batza. Oh, the McLaren is right on the tail of the Porsche, and he's going for a move for the inside. However, outbraking himself heavily there. This means Agustin Batza has made up the position quite handsomely there. Oh, look at David S. He's rejoined and got turned around there. That is unfortunate.
It probably couldn't have gone worse any more than that. That was a very terrible result. Due to the risk taken, so unfortunate.
But what happened to Scott Brewer and Edgar Herrera? Why did they get a stop-go 30 penalty? Let us take a look. Do we have any... Car number 316. Let's take a look at the replay. There's a battle going ahead between two back markers. Oh, and yeah, they're just Constantina together. Why did they get a stop-go? Oh, because they cut.
They both cut the same corner from.
They cut the corner. They cut the corner. Scott Brewer is now only ahead of Sasha Deshkov and is going to get a time penalty plus 40 seconds here at the end of the race. So, after this race, we have Alex Curto, the winner of the Pro class, after being led by for the win by Omet Ohm, who finished in 2nd position. Albert George finished in 3rd for the Pro class, and Rick Chevet in 4th, followed by Song KP. And let me quickly get the results up, which should now already be available. Yes, Tim Smith has won the AM class, followed by David Veresh and Adam Katch in the end. Cosmo Marsh is 4th, Scott Brewer 5th in the AM class. Wow, that was some battling going on.
It's really an exhausting one. I'm very surprised by the end. I mean, like, I understand it from the skill-wise. Alex, it was hard for him, but he definitely did caught up, so it showed that he was probably probably better pace than Matt, but Omet's defendant, the way that he controlled the car like Audi was in itself like a really wonderful thing. So like from respect maybe to Alex's skills, I get it, but I think Omet really deserved to win.
Yeah, I also don't know what went on there. We will have to see that in the aftermath of the race. For now, though, this has been a wonderfully close race. So many points. Unfortunately, quite a lot of incidents, which the stewards will not want to have to deal with, because, well, we saw quite a lot going on, to be quite honest. However, still, it was an amazing race. So much action going on, and we can only wish for more action to come at the next round, which will happen in 2 weeks from today at the Austrian T-Prix at the Red Bull Ring. So we will head to the Austrian Alps for some beautiful battling in Styria.
Into Austrian, pretty much a festival of speed, if you will, in Austria with a bunch of straights.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We will have to see what happens there. I have been Julian Strasser. With me has been Adrian Dubrovka.
Adrian Dubrovka?
Yes.
Yeah, a bit a sort of improvisation, really.
Yeah. We have been commentating for tracc.eu GT3 Cup. This was the 3rd round at Barcelona, Circuit de Barcelona, Catalunya. And all that is left for me to say is thank you for watching and see you on the racetrack.